to take out of the map for the time being. We saw early on Clot on Waffle's team was really doing work in map 1, so a power play to remove from the equation.
Yeah, her gaming's team, luckily not only won the fight, but also were able to grab both reses. Most likely, Waffle's going to try to come in and help, but probably too late. On the other side, we've got Ace. We love Ace Lawrence. We saw some people cheering on Ace in the chat. I think Ace was basically saying he was just taking up a slot. He didn't have any chance of winning. You're wrong, buddy. You won the 4th anniversary. Now, unfortunately, your teammate does get eliminated, and, well, your team gets eliminated. So maybe I ate my words pretty quickly on that, Ace. I was cheering for you, though, and I'm proud of you regardless, Ace, all right? So if you pop into the chat, just chat, let Ace know when he pops in that I was really going for it, you know?
Definitely wasn't your caster curse. We'll make sure to let him know.
I'll also double down on the caster curse because I thought her gaming's team was going to be able to get those reses off. They were eliminated. Waffles came around the corner and likely took out the team. So you can see on your screen right now, Waffles looting up, and her gaming's fully out of this thing. So done and dusted. Last map, nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and nowhere to hide. Waffles is finding more eliminations, hopefully having a better map than the last.
Yeah, hopefully Solara's team continuing to rack up a really strong amount of points at 26, but you only have half of your team left, which could spell disaster for their ability to place well in the end game, because if you get eliminated at this point, you're going to get only 2 points, right? It's 0 points for 16th, all the way up to 15 points for first place. So you might get, 2 or 3, but that's not really going to help you, considering the top score line was 47 points for map 1, which is what we saw out of Riggs' team, what we saw out of Metalcore's team. And right now, it kind of still seems to be a little bit of a race between them. I can't remember though, Coach. I'm not sure if you can recall what exactly the point total was for Solara's team in map 1.
Yeah, they're about middle of the pack or so. I think they were in the 20s. Okay. We get confirmation on that, but again, with only 2 maps, there's nowhere to hide. This is the time to pop off. Solara's team in trouble though. They've lost 3. Katie, out of nowhere in such a good spot. This is almost reminiscent of what happened to Waffles in the last map. Came out strong with over 20 points, and then all of a sudden we're getting eliminated. It's like 2 left for Solara's team, rather. Now here's Metalcore's team doing what Metalcore does. Flawless rotations. 16 points near the top, and rotating all with their own vehicles. Now, these rovers don't have a ton of cover, but they can certainly get you to the location you're trying to go pretty quickly. So any vehicle is good in my book. Incredibly influential. So we'll see what Metalcore's team can do. Might go for the glider. No, that's just death incarnate. His gliders are awesome, but if you get caught out in the open while you're rotating with them, yeah, you're done for.
You are done for. We will see you later. Metalcore's team able to pick up at least 1 more elimination. Now 10 points behind Solara's, but in a good position, especially considering, keep in mind, Riggs' team, right? So both of those teams tied at 47 points coming out of map 1, but now there's a 10-point lead that Metalcore has over Riggs' team at 16 to 6 points. So currently, if all other teams stay the same, maybe Solara's team runs into a little more trouble, gets eliminated now. It is going to be continued as a race between those 2 teams to see who can close it out here in map 2 because of such strong finishes. But anything can happen. Any of these teams capable of getting it done. And within all of the craziness that we know is possible, we'll see what happens, where those storms pull, where those final circles end up. And nice shots out of Mateen, able to get 1 down, climbs back over that half wall, a little bit of cover, spots at least 1 person coming in from the flank and is ready for it, prepared through that window to take shots.
Yeah, this is Riggs Gaming's team. This is a huge win if Pickle's team can take it. We've lost Ray already, so down to 3 and 2 are half health. Kozik's going to push the equation, trying to force the fight early and try to get the jump on their opponents. Pickles on the other side. No! Lose 1. Trying to play the trade and misses it. Riggs on the other side. Content creator in charge at the top of the leaderboard falls. 2 down. Only 1 alive. It's just Tate, and they're going to hang out on edge of zone and take a playbook. Honestly, not even take a play. Take the entire playbook of Metalcore's team and run with it and just hang on till the end and try to get as many placement points as possible. Now, I took a look back at our leaderboard. This is a huge take for Pickle's squad because they only had 10 points in map 1. So they need a huge map to catch up. The team's up in the 40s. And Solara at the top of our leaderboard, right ahead of Pickles at 26 right now, they actually only scored 13. So they're at 39 currently, which is not even close, really, to as many as teams at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the day had from map 1. But we'll see. I mean, of course, those placement points will help. See Bella Fox's team fully eliminated as well, so we won't be seeing them and taking away any cash, but hopefully they had a lot of fun.
We'll see now. That Riggs moment, I mean, maybe Metalcore's team watching it there in elimination feed, maybe not even paying attention to what's going on, but that is a massive boon for them that Riggs team is down to just one player remaining in Tate, trying to do what we saw Terminator do so flawlessly in map 1, which was just hold on, pick up those safe eliminations when they could, convert that into a 3rd place finish to get 13 points on top of it. So now we'll see if they can do it again in even better position, because they still have everyone on that squad alive. A few of these teams taking shots at each other. You can see Waffles there, all on their lonesome. Have one other player on the team alive and well, but we'll swing over to Papa PG and see what's going on with their team for the time being, if they can get a few more eliminations on the board, as we're just about to close out here in stage 2 and continue funneling these teams. I'll be curious to know where it ends up as well, Goj, because last time around we had these final rotations going into very open areas. I'll be curious to know if we get something similar this time around, because if it is those open areas, the name of the game is going to be which teams were better with those block covers.
Yeah, we lost Kim earlier, but they were able to get them back seemingly close enough to get a free revive. But it looks like the circle's going to close on Yasnia, which is, Yasnaya rather. That's an interesting in circle, especially if it ends inside of Yasnaya. I mean, that is a lot of buildings and a lot of high ground and a lot of verticality. So there could be a lot more than 3 teams in the final fight with how much verticality is in this POI. So keep that in mind as the circle continues to close. This is where you definitely want to set up for some of the god spots, and looks like Papa PG is leading the charge with a nice high ground position, potentially picking a few up with the DP in hand. Speaking of the DP, Lavino's getting involved on Jacob's team. Probably not going to jump this fight, though. We're going to back out.
Yeah, nice job to just be aware of whether it was a fight that was worthwhile to get into. And I think you said it right, going back to talking about that verticality. Again, those block covers, they're not just used as cover. You can also use them as a ladder. You can stack them on top of each other while you're standing there to give you a boost up. Couple that with anyone who might have a portable trampoline in their back pocket. And if we do get a highly vertical end game, the teams that thought ahead and prepared for that will see the dividends paid out. Metalcore,
wow.
Nice job on a few of those eliminations, able to get one on the board.
I'm going to be honest. That was just a misplay from Lavino's squad. They pushed a fight that they thought they could take. Shots came in from a different angle, and they weren't able to throw the smokes out fast enough to not lose one of their party members. And now it could potentially be a cleanup. Now it looks like Inverter is able to answer back, so they might have to pop back out. But there's a solo player hanging out inside of one of these bunkers. And they thought it'd be a free elimination, and it wasn't. This is Riazzo holding it down. He says, come get me. I'm ready. I don't care how many there are. I'll make it happen. And Metalcore's team having to relocate. This is, it's not going fantastic for Metalcore, but it's not going bad. 18 points. It's very solid for a team at the top, especially when you take into account the team they're fighting against only has 6. That's Riggs, with only 1 player left alive.
And Riggs, but hey, we've seen crazier things happen when there's only 1 player remaining, but we swing back over. This is going to be certainly a familiar face, not someone you're going to want to go up in a 1v1 situation against. Does have 3 out of the 4 players on the team up and well. A buzz on that elimination feed alongside Joy, causing some problems here for Metalcore. Might actually be disastrous as 2 are full eliminated, 1 is downed. And just like that, Metalcore seeing the same sort of off-screen wipe and crumble that happened with Riggs' team. These are the 2 teams that were tied for first place in map 1 with 47 points apiece. Metalcore's team at 18 here. And look, I'm just saying, depending on who the final player is, who's alive there, and it looks like maybe it is Metalcore themselves, if you can hold on for placement, you actually are probably in a very good position, regardless of the 3 out of 4 wipe on your squad we just saw.
Lavino squad finally getting the better of Riazzo. They kept trying to address the fight from a different angle and finally got the better of them. They were hanging out for a while and stalled them out, and I think picked up one in the process. But we've lost the final player for Sevu's team. So Sevu will fall with now 11 total points. Won't be seeing them at the top of the leaderboard, but thanks for playing. Excited about the second half. It's not over yet, but Metalcore in trouble. A number of different players on him, and Metalcore does fall. Buzz OP falls. Metalcore and is able to loot him up. That means Metalcore's team completely wiped. 22 points is their final score in game 2. Again, they were tied for first at 47. So the score to beat, Katie, is 69. That is the score to beat. So everybody's going to be vying for that 70-point margin in order to take down the team at the top. And right now, again, Riggs is going to try to farm some of those placement points, but that is a monumental team wipe.
Yeah, that is, you said it, that is probably the most pivotal team wipe that's happened here, because Riggs' team, yeah, you want to eliminate them too because they're also tied for first, but they only have one player and they only have 6 points right now. So they weren't nearly as much of a threat to sealing away this entire event as what was with Metalcore. So finding them out, being able to get that final elimination is huge. Granted, they do have 22 points, so that's not a bad scoreline by any means, but they will get very poor placement points this time around because it is 15 points in placement for first, all the way down to 1 point for 15th, and then 0 points for 16th. We'll swing back over to Payne on the screen, trying to see how they want to deal with the teams in front of them. Does have a lot of water to the left, but a team peppering them with shots up top, and some return fire coming in. Connects, not able to get it down though.
Yeah, Shifan, of course, on your screen, still repping Nova in their name, but recently had just made the transition to the NA division with Hyper. Yeah, they're just casually number 2 in the PMPL right now with Shifan as big brain man. So watch out for Shifan's team. Now, they were somewhere around, looks like 6th place with 24 points. So definitely within striking distance. However, they've been playing the slow game and only have 2 points in this map. You're going to need a sizable jump in points to have a chance at it, but definitely possible.
Yeah, definitely possible, and we'll see what this team wants to do next. Again, just kind of trying to find these positioning shuffles, right? You have players across the way to your left that you have to be mindful of, that they don't pick you off as you're trying to address the team in front of you. And now you have kind of a 3, if you will, V2, V1, it looks like. And we have to take careful. Riggs, that is going to be the final member of Riggs' team, falls right here.
Wow.
Mateen taking them down. That is both first place teams coming into map 2 have been fully eliminated. Riggs' team with 11, Metalcore's team with 22. So Metalcore at this point, that 69 total points, the score to beat for first place.
All right, Metalcore's in the chat. It was a tough rotation, Metalcore, but you've got to be happy about Riggs falling there. That does put you in the lead. 69 is a score to beat. All the other teams are going to have to drop bombs in order to do so. And speaking of bombs, Pickles Gaming near the top of this leaderboard at 24, dropping a few nades over the top. Able to connect with a little bit. Both players really weak, and a second one does connect. Able to knock both and clean them up. That is 2 more going to the side of Pickles. Yet there's 1 more to deal with from the distance. A little damage. No, everything's okay. We can loot up. We can grab our meds. Everything's fine. Whew. It was a little stressful there for a second, but yeah, Shifan with some nice angles. Again, we've got to get a move on. If I'm Shifan, I've got to start slaying, and I've got to start playing aggressive. Got a chance for top 4, but it's got to happen now. Lose flash. Payne trying to pick up a few and is able to do so. Shifan in trouble out of nowhere. Goes down, and that's Buzz OP. Talk about OP. My man Buzz is getting involved. A number of eliminations on the side of Buzz, and all of a sudden, the mid-game got spicy.
Spicy indeed. Teams falling left and right. Just a little more than half the lobby remaining right now, and we might very well get to less than half as these gunfights continue on. Take a look at that minimap. So many teams clustered so very close together as that storm is going to continue to funnel people inward. But Pickles' team, an excellent job so far. both of those teams. Actually, I think kind of with the point spread, it's been much more even in some of the top teams than what we saw in map 1, where it was just kind of a shuffle for 2 teams. This time around, you've got 3 essentially all tied for first.
Oh, Killjoy's back, and I know Coffee's not happy about it. If you tuned in last week, shouting out Killjoy, and Killjoy was trying to make the best of it, and a little bit of a rivalry there. This time, Coffee's hanging out with us in the chat, and Killjoy is continuing to put on a show after coming through the qualifiers. 5 total eliminations from Killjoy by themselves. Now, Pickle's team again finding an elimination or 2. Looks like Saman finds a couple. You're right, everybody's at the top, but where were they in map 1? That's what I'm keeping an eye out for, because yes, Saman's at the top with 28. And Saman was sitting almost at the bottom with only 6 points in map 1. So now 34. Fantastic map, not counting placement points. That's a 40-point total. Still less, though, from Riggs and the company at the top with 47. I mean, this is the thing you got to continue to do a ton of math. Killjoy versus Jacob's team on your screen. Peeking around the corner, Killjoy takes a shot in the back. Tries to play the trade. Porty playing amazing around this half wall. It almost cleans up that elimination. Probably will be able to, but trades back and forth. Katie, it's not only spicy. We are no longer in the mid game. We're in the in game, and we're not in the POI I thought we would hang out in. There's not a lot of verticality here in this last circle. There's a lot of water. So these half covers, these block covers, these vehicles, whatever you can use to stay alive, going to be crucial.
Going to be very crucial. And again, it's going to come down to who was able to preserve that utility, those back pocket items in their backpack the best, to use them to create those defensive positions and those better lines of sight in this end game. That water certainly not going to be helpful, but that, look at that block cover. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Gives you that ability to not worry too much about the right side of your screen for the time being as you try and push up toward this team of 3 in the house. Looking to get a little bit of a view onto these players. Spots one in the window. The Molly comes out, and another full elimination. That is going to be Kim's team with 21 points taken down. As Payne with that nade trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
Solara, a nice down, Payne. There you go. And, well, the down's coming in fast and furious as Solara's team is eliminated at 38 points.
I love that we've got HF Payne versus FG Payne. One gets knocked by the blue, and Payne's going to clean it up on the other side, though. Double team in the trades. FG Payne goes down, and Saman's in trouble. Able to rotate to low ground and use a bit of cover, but the blue is chunking away. Able to make it in with 2 chasing. Waffles Gaming trying to get the better of their opponent. Saman playing great on the high ground, but Waffles comes out on top. 20 total points thus far. A massive map. The question is, will it be enough? No. From behind, Farouk's teammate, Brittany, last alive, cleaning teams up left, right, and center. Pickles has 1. Levino has 1. Farouk has 1.
Wow.
That's 3 solos, Katie, and I'm trying to do a bit of math. That's a 45-point game from Saman. It'll put them near the top, but only 51 total, so they're not going to be at the very top. We'll do the math later. We got to watch the action as 2 players fighting each other early. That means Farouk could win this with the lowest total points they currently have on the scoreboard, which is 12.
Let's see that 1v1v1, how they're going to play this out. 2 players, sightlines on each other as the potential for that lurking third party. Happy to watch these players chunk each other down, focus on one another, and once a down or an elimination comes through, that's when you want to fly as that player attempts to regroup. You can take them unawares, come in and try and take them down.
Oh, yeah.
You see
there
it.
It is.
Nice nade. Beautiful connection. Pickles now 30 points. We'll get a minimum of 14 for a second place finish. Would be an excellent score line to have, but looking to get that 15 and first place. And now the final 1v1, that block cover up and ready. Nobody just trying to get a good eye on where this player is. Checking to their left and down those rocks is where you'll find them. But no connection just yet.
We lay and wait patiently. Here's the thing to keep in mind. Yes, 15 points for first place. It'll put Pickles, if they're able to win it. This is nobody versus Brittany. 2 qualifier players in it to win it and trying to prove themselves on a big stage. 5th anniversary celebration, but it's not feeling like a celebration yet. There's a lot of stress going on right now, but smokes will help with the rotations. Nobody we know can place fantastic nades. Seemingly they know where Farouk's teammate is. Just trying to find a connection. Here's the thing. As the math starts sitting in the back of my brain, I don't know if 14 points, or rather, I guess 17 in total when you start counting up the elimination. I don't know if it'll necessarily make a difference for first. Metalcore's got to be feeling good about this 69-point total, but could certainly put you in the money. Again, top 4 getting paid out. So this could be potentially a couple $1,000 1v1 that we're witnessing on main stage, Katie. Nobody's going to push
pressure
forward.
for the qualifier teams.
No, not at all.
Pressure.
Hey, they've done this before. They played solos through the qualifier, so this is what they're used to.
Very true, very true.
A final 1v1, and everyone laying in wait, holding their breath. Covering fire. Shots across the board. Nobody pushes to the left. Catches Brittany out. No. Catches the high ground. No. Connects a few in. Finds it. Pickles Gaming on top. Nobody comes up clutch with back-to-back 1v1 wins for the victory. What a flawless final fight. Well done from Pickles Gaming, specifically a qualifier player. Nobody. Impressive.
Impressive indeed, and it looks like 47 was the name of the game. That's what we saw as the tied point totals in map 1, and that was the point total as well coming out of this for Pickles team was 47. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure how many they had in map 1, Goj, but this is going to be a tight race for those top 4 positions to get into the money for the $11,000 prize pool. If you're Metalcore's team, I'm biting my nails. I'm nervous right now.
Oh, I was so nervous. Look, my hair's all messed up. I was like running my hands through my hair, like sweating, because it was a flawless fight at the end, but it was so stressful. And both players honestly played it so patiently. They kept waiting and trying to find a point of advantage. We'll take a look back on the replays and see exactly what happened throughout the course of this lobby in order to find the amount of points that they were able to find. I mean, Team Pickles obviously came out on top in map 2, but what did they do to get there? And what happened to the rest of the teams? Because it might be the story of Pickles in map 2, but it might not be Pickles' story overall, Katie. So that'll be fun to talk about. But you can see, look, we were shouting out Ace, a lot of Ace love in the chat. Fortunately, went down early, but they found Kim at the very least. And there's a fight where Riggs' team was the team that held the 2 teams coming out of our Imagination Plaza, which was a great strategy. Fortunately, it didn't really pay off by the end of it, because we saw Riggs' team with only, I think, 6 points.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the total tallies are for these teams. We've been focusing a lot, of course, on who's going to get the point total for first place. But it is, as we said it, the top 4 teams out of the total 16 who will walk home with a piece of that $11,000 prize pool in celebration of PUBG Mobile's 5th anniversary. But Chiffon and a lot of these other players had great moments. Sometimes it was the rotations that got the better of them. Sometimes it was just a tough moment where maybe they were caught out by someone else. You saw, again, some of those top teams going down early, but really, I think it was huge. Again, one of the biggest moments for me in map 2, Goj, was when we saw 3 out of 4 members of Riggs' team wiped out so very early on. It really just stopped them from having any amount of substantial momentum, rather, for map 2.
Well, speaking of momentum, we said the score to beat was 69, and Metalcore on top at the end of 2 games.
Go.
That's it. That's all she wrote. Woo. Game number 1 was what they needed to rise to the top, the cream of the crop. But here's the thing. Game number 2 is what set them apart, Katie. 69 points for Metalcore. Riggs did hold on barely against Waffles Gaming and Pickles. Look how tight it was from 2nd to 3rd to 4th. That is insane. Now, Riggs' team will win the tiebreaker between 2nd and 3rd because they do have a victory, but that was wild. I was not expecting it to be this close for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Literally 1 point and a tiebreaker, but Metalcore on top. Lion's share of the cash, $6,000, Katie, going to the side of Team Metalcore.
And very well won by them. 26 eliminations, no wins, but you didn't need them because you came out with a double-digit lead over 2nd, 3rd place. I didn't expect to see a tie either. I had mentioned going into map 2 that maybe 1 and 2 are kind of synced up, but it's really 3 through 5th that we're in this pretty close battle in terms of points. That got blown out of the water with the Riggs placement early on, but that's gotta be tough. You get the same amount of points, but you don't get that tiebreaker. You don't have the win that Riggs team has, and that keeps them in the safety of second place. So massive congratulations to all of the teams in the top 4. But Goj, what an intense 2 maps that was.
Oh, it was so intense. I love that Imagiversary game mode. It was so much fun because it totally changed the map. It totally changed the way the classic game of Erangel is played. So if you want to go get your hands on that Imagiversary game mode, go get involved right now on PUBG Mobile for free. Go download it. You can hang out on your iOS, Android, Google Play Store. If you've got those amazing Samsung Galaxy phones, go hang out in that Google Play Store and download PUBG Mobile for free. And also follow them on all their major socials. We've got live stream locations all across the board where you can check us out on all of our amazing shows, but also there's a lot more going on in the PUBG Mobile world that you've got to stay tuned in on. So Katie, that was so fun. We're already done with the first half of the show, and the 2 maps, $11,000 have been earned by some of our players, but it was really, really fun to see that game mode in particular play.
Well, it was really fun to see that. And I always love when new additions are added in to kind of keep things fresh, right? We saw it, how important things like those block covers were. We asked for more of the cannon. We got more of the cannon. There's a lot of additions beyond just those 2 things, but we saw how it changed gameplay and it opened up things like final circles and the way that you're able to play the game in a fresh new twist. So I'm really excited to see how players go to continue to kind of iterate on that and see the tactics they come up with.
Exactly. Well, a lot of money's been given away, but we've got more to give away. 300,000 total UC being given away, and I've got some new codes for you. Go type these in as fast as you possibly can. PUBGmobile.com/redeem is the only way to type in these codes to go claim your UC right now by typing in your user ID and then the code on your screen. Got a lot more coming, but hopefully you can net this 5,000 UC if you can type it in fast enough. Don't worry, if you miss it, we've got more. Again, PUBGmobile.com/redeem. The only way to redeem your codes is to go to that site, type in your user ID, and then type in the code. Love that we're able to give away these UCs. This is a celebration after all, right? This is a birthday party, 5th anniversary, so we want to give away as much as we can from, of course, amazing entertainment, prize pool for our creators and those qualifying players, but also the UC for you all at home.
And that's what I love too. I saw a lot of people in chat who were sitting there saying, hey, is there going to be any more? Yes, yes, yes. There is so much more going on. 300,000 to give away. We've got a lot more. So please stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled, your fingers fast, ready to go to enter in those codes, and best of luck.
Well, time is running out as well. We've got giveaways, but we also have sweepstakes going on. Again, we pushed it back, all right? Samsung Galaxy, they're the reason for the season. They're here to help us celebrate today, and we've got a sweepstakes going on that you've got to get involved on. You want to get your hands on one of those Galaxy S23 Ultras right now? Well, you can get one for free if you go enter into the sweepstakes on events.amg.gg/anniversary jam. I've already talked about the amazing processor that it has, the incredible battery life, but also it's got an insane camera. It is the best camera resolution you can have on a phone, by the way. So we've got nightography. It doesn't matter what light you've got, you're going to take amazing photos as well as some awesome gameplay. So anyways, go check out the sweepstakes. Go get your hand on an S23 Ultra as fast as possible because we're going to announce those 5 winners at the end of the broadcast today. But it closes in like an hour, so you've only got a limited amount of time. But folks, we're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we're going to bring you the second half. We're going to get a chance to check out the other game mode in the 2.5 update in PUBG Mobile, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a second.
Can you send me that?
Can you send me that?
Can you send me that?
Could you please send me that?
If you cheat, you will get banned.
Going to be a space to play inside of zone right ahead of them. Big nades coming through. Does look like they did get a knock into the Chosen, and another nade getting the second one. Gosh, when it goes down to that, is it true?
Around pretty much almost right on top of each other. Telly's got to make a play. He pops up, gets one, switches. Kenzo's going to get the follow. Comes down to 2v2, of course, and the flip
Not going to be happy about this. Sexus is the last one alive. A little bit of a distraction coming through from Sub Pig.
From all of us here at Dolby, we want to congratulate PUBG Mobile on their 5-year anniversary. Speaking with the PUBG Mobile team, we know that one of their biggest priorities is to keep pushing the boundaries of mobile technology to provide players with a fun and unique gaming experience. We're excited to announce that we've partnered with PUBG Mobile to bring Dolby Atmos to the game's arena mode. Unlike stereo, Dolby Atmos allows you to experience sounds coming from not only left and right, but as if they were moving all around you. Dolby Atmos puts you in the middle of the action by precisely positioning each sound in 3-dimensional space, so you can quickly pinpoint its location in the game.
Let's go!
With Dolby Atmos in PUBG Mobile's arena mode, you'll be able to tap into your instincts as layers of detail and clarity allow you to catch sounds from all directions in the heat of battle. Detect the distance and direction of unseen sounds, reacting faster and more accurately to environmental elements like footsteps and gunshots. Drop in and face the competition in Dolby Atmos.